Well, here we are, ladies and gentlemen, at the Bayshore Community Center, Harry Lumley to be exact, J.D. MacArthur Arena, 2018 Canadian Juvenile Broomball Championships here on Rogers TV this afternoon, bringing you the Canadian Championships and a team from the Ottawa area called from Quebec, actually, the Blitz, and of course this thing is from Western Ontario or Eastern Ontario near Ottawa. So we got a good guy. This is a semifinal match this afternoon, if I'm not mistaken, and we're going to have a good contest today. These guys can play this game.
Yeah, it's going to be a very, very good game here. The Sting, they are probably the favorite coming into this tournament. Very skilled and fast team. Blitz from Quebec. You can always never count out a Quebec team either. They usually have a lot of skill. They got the speed, but they're going to have a hard time matching up to the Sting on that part of it.
It's Doug McGregor and Gord Chapman bringing you this match this afternoon from the J.D. MacArthur Arena, and this has been such an absolutely wonderful weekend. There's been a lot of sports going on here in Owen Sound, but this is a tournament that's been being put on by us, and from what I've heard around the arena, everybody is saying how well run it is and how great your volunteers have been and how things are running. So you must be feeling pretty pleased about that.
Yeah, it's went really well. You got to give tip of the hat to Linda Tomset and Ryan Grigg, who are the organizing committee on this, and they have done a phenomenal job here. You don't see any hiccups in the tournament, which is good. There might have been, but nobody's seen that, so it's been run very well.
Well, it's really important that kind of things happen, and it's a good experience for all the athletes that have come from all across the country that come into our little town, and proving as always that it's a great sports town, and people are here to support it. So.
Yeah, here we got the standings here right now. Valley Gamblers in their pool, they're defending champions. They played the Blitz this morning, and that was going to decide who was first and second. And Valley Gamblers were down late and come back to win it, so that gave them first place.
Well, Blitz in second, Kill-Size Flyers, the local team, and the Odessa Bandits round out the four in that pool. And here's the men's pool, red one, where the Sting of Ontario. And you take a look at the goals for and goals against. This is a pretty powerful team.
Yeah, and I said that earlier. I said the Sting, they're the best team here in the men. Very skilled, very fast, and when you play with the ball down in the opposition's end all the time, you don't give up very many. You can see there. Well,
it makes that goals against average pretty good for the goaltender, yeah, doesn't it? So
yeah. Here
are the 2018 Canadian Broomball Championship men's leading scorers, and Xavier Leclerc from the Sting has got 11 points, 5 goals, and 2 goals, pardon me, and 9 assists in 5 games, and you look at 11 points. That's pretty substantial when there's 2 of them doing that. Both of them, Michael Gibault from the Sting also has 11 points, and then you see the rest of it right down till you get to the Gamblers. Anybody's even close to them.
Yeah, they're all Sting except for the Gamblers, and a bunch of them tied there at 10th spot. But the Sting, it's their tournament to lose, so it's going to be a good contest here. But the Sting are tough.
So what happens now? If whoever loses this game, they move on, or they move to another?
The loser will go to the bronze medal game tomorrow. Winner to the final game against the winner of the other semifinal.
So this is the semifinal. This is going to tell you who's got a chance of winning this whole thing tomorrow morning. So I guess the game's tomorrow morning, isn't it? So it should be a fun thing to happen. So we're looking forward to a good game out here this afternoon. And teams are warming up on the ice and surfers in behind us. A couple of rules that some people might not be aware of. No blue lines. You can be offside, but it's the red line at center. Yeah. And that's what calls what it's going to get set to get thing underway. And so face-offs will come outside the blue line if they're offside. But generally the nets are larger. It's an ice surface they're playing on, and of course it's a regulation ice. And you'll see some of the blue lines basically do not have any significance other than the fact that they're there. Is there icing? Or did they drive the ball down the?
Yeah, there's icing, and the icing is the red line. The only time the blue lines come into effect is on a hand pass. You can hand pass in your own zone up to the blue line, and if you gain the line, or outside the blue line with a hand pass, it's automatically whistled down. So basically, that's the only time a blue line will come into effect.
Can't touch the ball with a stick over your head, you still get the high sticking. So but primarily a lot of the rules that some are similar to that other sport that we are very used to seeing in this arena. So looking forward to a good game. It's going to be tight. It's the Blitz from Quebec playing the Sting in this high-powered offense. You're going to see them, and we may be just looking at them at the other end of the ice all afternoon. So
yeah, it's hard to say how the Blitz will play this. Sometimes the teams from Quebec will play a zone on a team that's really fast and skilled. But I think if they try to do that, the Sting's going to pick them apart.
Get the referees out there on the ice ready to do the game, and of course, officials a very important part of any tournament. And from what I understand, the officiating has been class all along. So hopefully that continues.
Yeah, there hasn't been any real issues with any of the teams or officials or anything. There's been no fights or anything, so it's been good that way.
Stinger to your right in the white with maroon uniforms, and the Blitz from Quebec are in the dark uniforms on the right. So Danielle LaFrance looking at you, one of the wingers, getting set to get set up, and Kaylin Yates on the left wing. And I think number 10 is Matthew Burns. He's going to face off, and I can't see the number of the player that's getting set to get going here on. But it will happen soon, and here we are, semifinal. Face off the center ice. Webb has it. Fires, tries to get along the blue line, gets it up to Ebby. Ebby looking for the pass, high, a shot over the net, off into the corner, and then picked up and stopped by Gates. Gates has it. Gates at the points. Burns back to Gates. Into the circle, trying to set this thing up, and like you're talking about, looks like they're just playing that 5-man zone and dropping it down. Gets the shot off a leg in front. It's number 87, Fortin. He stopped it at the blue line. Burns getting set. I got to watch that when they swing those sticks that they don't come up. Interesting defense as they're playing 2 deep and 3 across. That's the way they figured. Blocked again at the defense by the forward. To the point, stop, back outside. Burns has it. Burns back into the corner, or back to the circle. Off his foot, trying to get a lane, can't get it, getting blocked up, trying to work it inside. They do, across into the slot area. And then the Quebec team just can't get it out. Stopped at the blue line. Justin McNair in the corner, trying to shoot it through the defense, and they can't. They're just folding right down in on top of it. I don't even know whether you can call that a zone defense.
Yeah, they're just basically trying to close all the shooting lanes off, block lanes, and maybe they get a break and get a fast break on a block shot.
Matthew Burns dumps it off and hits to the bench on a change out is Xavier Leclerc. Leclerc has it at the blue line, just inside the top of the circle. Leclerc has it again, moving the ball around nicely. Is this Sting team? Leclerc has it. Looks like he puts it into the circle, in deep to number 77, Leclerc. There's a shot out there. Oh, nice play as the defense. There's a shot again, good block, and finally clearing it out.
That's a set play they had there. He just blasted off the goalie, and there was a guy right out front to get the rebound.
Good play by Daniel LaFrance. Leclerc at the blue line. Then he tried to split the defense, takes it up number 66, Wheeler. Wheeler takes a shot, blocked again by number 17, Charon. Back outside, 88 is Leclerc. Leclerc getting it tight to get in that slot area, looking for the shot. Passes off the far side. Into number 77, Leclerc. Leclerc takes a shot, blocked. And the defense picks it up along the boards, knocked out by number 12, Rossignol. Back to Leclerc. Into center to Eby. Eby off the boards. Rossignol gets it, drives it back. Again along the wall. Little pass and then dumps it down the ice, and they're going to change up, and Sting taking off after. Picked up by number 77, they were getting an icing, and face-off is going to be down the ice, and get a little bit of break for some of those players that have been running around out there.
Yeah, the Blitz, they've been blocking a lot of shots. They haven't been doing a lot of running in their own end, so they won't get as tired as other teams playing man-on-man, but I think they're playing with fire here, because you saw there's a few chances just shooting it out front, hoping to hit a leg or something.
Fortin facing off against number 71. I believe that is Leclerc. Back to the blue line. 13 has it, and that's Henry. Henry has it back inside. They'll pass across over here to McNairn. McNairn back to Henry or Henry. There's a shot, and it's just high off the glass. Got a lot on it, but it just got it elevated and then fired into the corner. Back to the blue line again. Most of the action in the Blitz zone. Pass back. Cedric Henry. Henry has it. Little pass into the slot here. The backhand shot high and wide. Gabriel Pellerin. I don't know whether he got a piece of that or not, but that was up over the top of the net. In behind, number 22 is Bourget. Bourget couldn't get it out. Just back out to the blue line again to Henry. Henry has it. Back into the corner. I believe that's Leclerc. Back to Henry, off his foot. Henry trying to set this up. Highest scoring team in the tournament. There's a shot off a leg in front, knocked off into the corner by Gilbeau. Gibault has it in the corner. Out to number 16, which is Edley. Edley passes it off, takes a shot, and off the boards at the back. Complete control. There's nothing. 8 minutes gone, and I'll tell you, we've been pretty well. 7 minutes gone, pretty well all in the Quebec zone. The Blitz doing everything they can to keep that ball outside, looking for a chance to take it up the ice on a deflection of some sort. Into the slot, backhand shot, and wide of the cage. As Pellerin had a chance to get it, but that would have beat him if it hadn't have been wide.
I think he maybe even got a piece of that on the blocker there.
Burns. To number 16, Headley. Headley back to Burns. Burns. Nice little swing pass into the corner. Back out to Burns at the blue line. Burns going to take a shot. Fire on that. A little bit of hook on it, too. There's the shot. Good save by Pellerin. And then finally knocked out by number 87, Dylan Fortin. And chasing that ball down is Matthew Burns. And we play 2 18-minute halves. And we've gone 6 minutes in this one. Just a little under 6. Pass along the boards to Wells. Wells has it. Wells gets it back to Burns at the blue line. Some changes going on. There's players come off the bench. Here's Burns. Sets it up. Burns has it again back into the middle to 88 Leclerc. Leclerc takes a shot, and that's high. And squeezing that ball is Gabriel Pellerin.
That high shot, they'll be maybe trying some of that too to get a bounce off the glass and having somebody go to the net for the bounce off the glass and bang one in.
Well, they're blocking it off. They're just playing. They're just folding down in on top of them, and it's difficult to get. Like you say, they're blocking the show shooting rings, and they're not getting anywhere near that net. So they have to look at that. That's why they keep firing away off a leg. And here they come. It's number 47. And that's Alex Garon. And Garon didn't do anything with it except put it down the ice surface and picked up quickly by the Sting. And they're starting back up the ice surface again.
Blitz are playing 4 on the line here, hoping to make it tough for him to gain it with control.
Almost similar to the trap in hockey, and that's what they're trying to close down that middle, and not very good at it either. As number 10, Matthew Burns got a chance. Burns takes a shot off a body in front and knocked off into the corner, and that was Batterjee that had it, knocked it off. Back out to the blue line. 19, Ryan Wells. Wells, there's a shot off. Up Pellerin, he got a leg on that one and knocked it off into the corner. Great stop. Into the corner. Wells has it again. Wells looking for the shot. Decides to just to backtrack it. Put it back out to number 88. Leclerc. There's the shot. In through a bunch of bodies. Off Pellerin. In front. And then knocked away. Corralled by Leclerc. And Leclerc takes the shot off a body in front. Here they come finally. They're just changing up and going. And it looks like the Quebec is just waiting for a chance to do something, catch everybody deep.
Yeah, they're waiting just for the Sting to maybe make a mistake here and press where they shouldn't and counterattack. A bad bounce or something, and they're gone.
Number 9, Gates in the corner, gets control of it, almost gets it back out to the point. Gets it out to Leclerc. Leclerc just back inside to Leclerc. There's 2 Leclercs out there, Xavier Leclerc and Javik Leclerc, and he's wearing number 8, so that's how we can tell the difference. All right through the paint. Trying to get it up along the boards, just forechecking. The Sting, and the Sting getting control in that zone. They seem to just have their way with them, but they just haven't found the back of the net yet. There's a shot, and high and wide. Again, trying to get that bounce as you're talking about. Back to the blue line. There it is. Again with control. We haven't even seen the other end of the ice. I'll tell you, the goaltender, I hadn't called his name yet, is Yannick Gignac from the Sting. He could go out and buy us a Coke and bring it up here, and he hasn't had a chance yet to. So, want to give him the money, I'm game. So. Here they come, finally they get it out. Good speed, and then slashed and knocked down as he tried to pass that ball across to Ruiz.
That's what the Blitz is waiting for, is a chance like that to catch them sleeping and go off. Take it down, and the goalie's going to be a little cold here. Well, if they get a chance, it could be tough on him.
Good defense, and I believe that was Burns that kind of chased that down. Here we come again. There's Leclerc, takes the long shot off a leg in front. There's another shot. Pellerad, great stop, another stop. And we're getting a call, and maybe...
It was kicked into the crease, so it's automatically whistled down and face off, go outside.
Outside the blue line, that's what that little dot's for. A lot of people have been asking what about that little dot's for, so... But it comes to the opposite blue line. Here's where they got to win the draw at center. And that's Boutin. We saw it kicked out. We saw the instant replay there as they kicked it out, and then the whistle goes down. The whistle goes, and we're down the ice. Sting have it in their own zone. That's number 5, Joshua Webb. Webb up to Cedric Henry. I believe it's Henry because there's no Y on it, so... Joshua Webb in front. There's the shot. Nice stop by Pellerad as he got his body in the way. As one of the best scoring chances we've had. We get a chance to, we got to stop to see that again. Here they are trying to get it set up, and I'm just trying to get the number of the player, and that's 91, and that was Guilbeault, and he had a chance, and Pellerad was equal to the task, who has been so busy so far. He's been covering that cage very, very well. 13. Of course, that's Cedric Henry. Henry has it, just trying to get it in close, looking for that shot. Gets it off to Headley. Headley back to Henry. Tries the backhand pass, does to the far circle. There's the shot off a leg in front. Tried to be deflected by Guilbeault as he tried to get himself set up, but that thing went off into the corner. Didn't have a chance. Here's Guilbeault again. Then he has the ball in his feet, and then he kind of tripped on it and knocked away, but not out. Henry has it in the slot area. Henry trying to take the shot, does just a soft one, trying to get it through the hole, but it just hit a body and headed off. Austin Headley along the wall, slap shot, and then he just drives it, and it didn't get much on that as it had by the cage. Got to be a little more accurate with their shots, I think.
Nice play.
Kind of lulled the defense to sleep and threw that wrist shot right out front. The guy sitting on top of the crease. Nice goal.
Joshua Webb got that, and he took it right out of the air and beat Pellerad, who's been busy. You're going to see the setup as the front, and you're going to see him just off as that's Webb. And that's Guilbeault out of the corner and gives it to Webb, and Webb puts it right in. Made no mistake as he got that shot. That was a beauty.
Yeah, really nice goal. Blitz might have to change their way here down a goal. They keep playing that shell. I think they're going to be in trouble here. They might have to go to a man-on-man coverage and try to create some more offense.
Well, that could be even difficult too. We've seen the speed so far. They move the ball around really well, and they hand it. Like you said, this is the first chance they're going to move it up, and they don't. Stopped at the blue line. That's Leclerc, Xavier Leclerc. In the Sting, just biding their time, looking to see where the holes are going to be, but they're still playing that trap across the blue line, looking for, trying to block it off. This way you're going to just take it through, and they're not going to do it. There's Leclerc with it. Right up Passed up to Gates. Gates, good speed, going down the left wing. Passed it back in front. Ball goes right through the goal crease along with number 10. Matthew Burns almost ended up in the net. Back along in the circle, back out the blue line, lost, and then going to chase it down. On is Leclerc, and 91, LaFrance. And they're down this left is Burns. Burns good speed, and then knocked away into the corner. And Quebec picks it up and puts it outside. Picked up by number 44. That's Marquis. Marquis has it. Then he loses it along the boards, a little bit high, sticking, taken away by Leclerc.
We got a penalty coming here for the Blitz.
Blitz are going to end up getting a penalty, and I believe a little bit of pushing and shoving with Burns. And number 91, LaFrance. Goaltender's headed to the bench, and finally it's knocked down, and here we're going to see what it's going to be as they head to the blue. We'll see what the call is. 91 gets high sticking, and that's Daniel LaFrance going to spend 2 minutes in the sin bin.
You don't want to take penalties against this Sting team because they do have a very good power play.
Well, just watching them to move the ball around, they move it around really, really nicely, and not only that, but they've got good speed. We saw Burns take off. We're going to see the high stick along the boards here.
Oh,
and
yeah,
there it is, right there, and you're going to see the arm of the official immediately go up and call the play. There's the shot off a leg in front by 91, Gilbo. Back to the blue line. Leclerc has it. Leclerc inside to Yannick Leclerc. Leclerc has it again. Yannick, there's a back shot. And I don't know whether you call that a backhand or not, but it's a backhand move. Learning some things about broom ball. Had a brief experience in Northern Ontario, and we were talking on, did an interview earlier in the week about the difference in the brooms, let alone all the equipment, but the brooms are something else. There's Pellerin making another big stop as they got it inside. 5:16 remaining here in the first frame. We play 2 18-minute halves, and right now killing a penalty off is Quebec Blitz, and of course the Sting from Ottawa area. We're not exactly sure where they're all from, but
yeah, you got to watch Evert Leclerc there, 77. He'll shoot from everywhere, and he shoots a lot.
Back to the blue. This is true. There's a shot. Oh, what a nice shot. How that got in, I don't know, but there must have been a slight curve on it because nobody touched it.
No, it went straight in. I don't know if it went between the leg of the goalie and the post or if it went between his legs, but it was straight in on the ice.
Well, Pellerin had that side covered, and he was covering the post. It got shot out of the corner, and we may get to see it on Rogers' replay coming up on your screen. Usually Mark's pretty good. Of course, Mark Perry in the truck, our producer, and there we go. Here comes now. You're going to see it. Oh, this is a good shot. Oh, you're right through the five-hole. And you called that right on. That was a good shot. I believe that was our handheld camera down in the corner, and that was a great shot.
Blitz have called a timeout here. I'm pretty sure he's wanting to kind of have a regroup here and maybe change a game plan down 2-0. They can't play that shell all game.
No, I think you're right. I mean, they've got no offense, and they're down 2-0. And if they're going to get back into this game, they've got to do something. And if you're going to play I mean, at any sport, whether lacrosse, basketball, football, if you play in your old end all day, you're not going to score. So you have to get they have to get the ball down the ice surface and get something started. And you're right. We've been. I mean, my neck's getting sore from looking up in the booth here and always looking to my left. So,
well, in the second period, you'll be looking to your right, probably with the way it's going.
Yeah, always will make it feel better anyway. So,
yeah, they got to change. They got to change something up here. They got to go to a man-on-man coverage or something and try to put some pressure on. Don't let them have so much time with the ball because they got to create something.
Well, right now they're not great. They seem like they've got some skill with their players. You got to use it. You just can't take all the offense away and not have any and just play defense. Yeah. You got to do something. You got to put some pressure on the other goaltender, and they're not doing that right now. So.
Yeah, exactly.
But there's a picture of Pellerin on your screen as he's walking back to his goal. He's been phenomenal in this first period. This score would be a lot higher if it wasn't with some of his play. So Pellerin can't be faulted for too much.
No.
But that shot, that second goal, you know, they've been moving the ball around so much. I don't think he was ready for the shot. I thought they were going to pass it back out, and that's what he's looking to look like to me. He was going to get set to come out and was moving, and the ball went between his legs.
Yeah, he just wasn't figuring he was going to do that wrist shot. He figured the pass would probably go back out to the dot there and maybe a shot from there, but kind of caught him off guard.
Getting set for the face-off after the goal. Sting to our left in the black jerseys with the white trim, and of course the maroon and white on the other side are the Sting, and they're from the Ottawa area. Canadian juvenile broom bomb champions here from the J.D. MacArthur Arena here at the Lumley Bay Shore Community Center. Well, that's a mouthful when you got to say it all at once. But anyway, here they go again. Finally got into the other zone, and this is in behind is Leclerc, in behind his own net.
Yeah, they're starting to push down on them here, trying to make them make a play to break out.
Here comes number 77, Good Wheels Leclerc, and he had it, and he's knocked into the corner. Boy, you slide on this ice surface when you go down with these kind of uniforms. Here they come. There's Quebec, and they're bringing that ball up, shot by number 44, and that's Marquis in behind the net, picked off by Leclerc, knocked out along the side. Javik Leclerc has a chance to pick it up, passes it right up ice to Wheeler. Wheeler couldn't control it, and the ball just slips down into the zone in behind. 44 is Marquis, and he has it in his own zone. Marquis, long pass, cross ice, up to LaFrance. LaFrance just dumps it off, chases down. Good play. There's a shot. Number 87, Fortin has it, takes a shot, and that's the first time that I believe that Gignac has touched the ball, as he just got a piece of that and it went off into the corner. Here come the Sting coming back.
Things are going to get a little more exciting here. They're going to open things up. That was a pretty boring start to the first, but you're going to see a little more action now.
Batterdy in the corner. Pardon me, Justin McNairn. McNairn passes it back out. 19 is Wells. Ryan Wells has it. Wells brings it in over the blue line. Far side to Henry. Nice pass to Leclerc. Leclerc fires it off a body in front, then knocked out, trying to control it. Nice pass back straight through to Fortin. Fortin had it, but he couldn't control it. As LaFrance tried to do some forechecking and then just knocked right back up. 22 is Berger. He passes across ice. And then he just dumps it up along the boards, picked up by the forward, then knocked inside the zone, and then knocked off, and then knocked down by number 96. Don't have a 96 on my sheet, but that's okay. Oh, yes, I do. That's Boutin. There's a shot across, tried to get it deflected by number 13, Cedric Henry. Back out in front to Guibault. Guibault got assist on that first goal. Driven into the boards, and finally the Sting still have control, and then knocked away in the slot. Good forechecking. Then the pass is back, kept in by number 16, Edley to Guibault. Guibault, there's the shot, and finally Pellerin gets a hold of it. It was deflected and knocked off into the corner. A little more push by the Quebec Blitz, and they got the ball down into the zone, and Gignac had to make a stop, but you know the old saying about the cream coming to the crowd at the top, but this Sting team is something else. They get control of the ball. It's north-south for them, and they're heading north, and they don't waste any time getting that head-matting that ball.
No, and they throw it to the net pretty quick every chance they get.
Matthew Burns wins the draw in the zone, in behind the net. Is Quebec trying to get it out? They do, up along the wall this time. This nice little tap, and it's knocked off, and it's number 47. In high, deep, Leclerc chasing it. Leclerc has it, and then knocked into the boards by Guéron. Guéron tried to center it out. Then they were getting another call here.
Blitz are getting another penalty for a slash.
That's what it looks like, and of course that line goes. Then out comes there's the goaltender, the lead pass up off the Gates. Gates takes it into the corner, and then it's going to be touched by Patterson in the corner, and that's the end of that. And we're going to get a call, and the slashing call by the official. And we'll see who the number of that is. We're going to watch it in the corner. You're going to see it. Number 42, Patel, and he's knocked down, and then the slash comes right. I believe it's 42 that got the penalty. He's having trouble getting into the penalty box. As soon as he turns around, we'll see his number.
47, is it?
47. And I have Alex Gadon. That's who it ended up in the corner. And Gadon is going to spend the next 2 minutes, and of course that'll close out this period or less at 1:18. But like you said, this Sting power play is better than average.
Yeah, you can't take penalties against them, especially down 2-0, and give them another chance to really blow this game wide open.
Ryan Wells loses it and then knocked down the ice by Dylan Fortin. Fortin takes it off, and I don't understand. You can't try.
Yeah, you can't ice the ball if you're killing the penalty. It comes right back into your zone.
Well, I just learned something new.
They changed that a few years ago to try to create more offense in the game.
Well, it makes sense because it takes a lot of time to, especially if it's skating, it's one thing, but you're running out there and it takes a little more time, and it's advantage to the defense. Again, in the corner, you're looking at this thing trying to set it up. There's a shot off. Pellerin, he knocks it off, and he had that played nicely as the ball came through. Oh, nice goal. That ball came through the goal crease on that last try, and then they did the same thing all over again. You're right. You cannot give them opportunity. And that 3-0 with 42 seconds left in this first frame. Wow.
He saw that opening, and he wasn't shooting at the net. He was shooting at that far corner, and they had the guy coming in there right at the right time. Bang, right there. He whiffed on it the first time, got it the second one.
Well, it was deflected in front by number 8, Battersea, and he had a hold of it, and he got a piece of it. So then he had to once this game, I'm finding you got to keep your feet planted. If you don't, you end up just whiffing with the ball. And good eye-hand coordination to pick up that second effort and put that ball in the net. Great goal. Knocked off into the corner by Charon. Charon had a shot and it hit a leg out in front and knocked into the corner. Sting have it in their own zone. 22 seconds remaining in this first period. And the Sting are up 3-0, and they started relatively early with pressure from the start of this period. But the Blitz from Quebec tried to block off and didn't do as well, and they still managed to get that first goal through. There's the horn.
Oh, Blitz took a penalty right at the end of the period there. He grabbed a hold of there's one of the Sting players there, and he's getting a penalty, so they're going to be starting on the shorthanded in the second period.
Well, that is not going to be one thing that those coaches are not going to be happy with if they're going to have to start this second frame on the power play. You see that right in front of you. 2018 Canadian Juvenile Broomball Championships. And, of course, the Sting out in front of the Blitz. We just want to also thank another important member of our team. And, of course, crew refreshments are provided by Dairy Queen. And you can see they're also from Owen Sound and Sauble Beach, Ontario. Sauble Beach will open up probably a long weekend in May and then be there for the summer until Thanksgiving. But, of course, down across from or on 8th, you can see the address. 3rd Avenue. I almost forgot what the address was. That's where they are, folks. And thanks so much for DQ for helping us out. We really appreciate it. Folks, buy locally. They support us. We would appreciate it if you support them. Anyway, starting the penalty, we just did a little business with Owen Sound, but you were mentioning about the penalty. Not a good thing to do at this time.
No, you're down 3-0, and you want to try to create offense to take another penalty. With the power play the Sting have, I don't know, the Blitz are maybe a little outmatched here.
Well, you know, the amazing part about this Canadian Championships, all these teams that come into this tournament are champions in their own right. They've all done well at their own communities and their levels. and so coming here is a feather in their cap, and as long as they play well and represent the communities well, I guess it's a good thing. But nobody needs to run into a juggernaut like this team from the Ottawa area.
Yeah, the Sting in their provincials, they won their qualifier and their provincials. They only got beat once, and that was actually by the Kilsyth Flyers, 1-0 in overtime in provincials. And Kilsyth played a very good defensive game and frustrated them, and they pushed the ball when they shouldn't have, and they got one break and scored. So they can be beat. I think they've only been beat a handful of times this year, but it can happen.
Yes, and right now we're looking at a face-off deep in the zone. 1:42 remaining in the penalty. 17, just a few seconds have gone as the 17:42 mark. So first stop and play. There's the face-off, and knocked outside the blue line by Quebec on a good defensive play as Leclerc goes down ice to pick it up. Leclerc gets it up to number 16, Headley. Just slows the pace down, gets it back to Leclerc on the left side. Little backhand shot, failed to deflect it. Was number 91, Guibault. Outside, back to Leclerc. Leclerc again has it. There's the shot. Unblocked in front. Nice play. And then scooped out by number 87, and that's Fortin, Dylan Fortin. Fortin has it and it just knocks it right back in. And a nice defensive play, two of them. And we're going to get an icing call. As if I was wondering about that one because he was on the other side of the red line. But
sometimes that's just a judgment call by the ref when they're that close. Maybe they'll give that to them, but I guess he thought it was icing.
Face off to the left, the goaltender Yannick Gignac, who stopped about 2 shots today so far, and we played 22 minutes of this contest, and he hasn't been too busy. Maybe we should have sent him out for a Hortons. What do you think? But that's you can. That's nothing to be laughing about, because I'll tell you, that Sting team has played so much in the other zone, and makes it a lot easier for a goaltender when you're at this caliber. And but you've got to keep focused and keep in the game, because anything can happen. Finally, in behind the net, number 12, Rossignol. He had a chance. There's the shot. There's the Sting scores from the point. And I think it was deflected in front.
I'm not sure if that goalie even saw that. He kind of went down, knew the shot was coming, and it beat him blocker side low.
I believe that was Leclerc from the point. No, actually, it was number 10, Matthew Burns, and I didn't see who deflected it. Maybe we'll get a chance here. We'll see the number. Passes. There's Leclerc. Burns. There's the shot. 91.
91 did get a stick on it.
Guibault got a stick on it. I thought so. And that's the 4th goal. And special teams have been coming into play here, as that's their 3rd power play goal, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Leclerc again. Leclerc down the right wing. Leclerc looking for open. There's the shot off the side of the net. Boy, he can shoot it too.
And he loves to shoot. He'll shoot from anywhere.
Jacob Wheeler. Wheeler has it in the circle. Wheeler. Then he just backhands it back in behind the net with some authority. And again on it quickly is number 8, and that's Justin McNair. McNair gets it out. There's a nice hip check by Joshua Webb, and he kept it from, and yeah, that hurt a bit too. I think he
fell on his knee maybe or something.
Limping a bit. But that was a beautiful play. It said to keep from using that boards is that man to pass. There's the shot. There's the hit. And Leclerc has it going down the wing. There's Leclerc. There's the score. Nice shot.
Straight through the 5-hole.
Yverick Leclerc, he got a hold of that, and he just went down the right wing, and he just fired it. And boy, he didn't make any mistake, because he buried it inside the cage. And he was quite excited about that after the shot, I'll tell you.
Yeah, you can't let that kid shoot, because he does have a good shot. He doesn't need a lot of room for it either.
straight through the 5-hole, and I'm surprised, with the size of the ball that they haven't increased the size of the shin pad where they can make it more of a like a goal pad, right?
Well, and the goalies don't like anything too heavy because then they have a hard time moving, right?
Yeah, that's true too. Well, it's 5-0, but you can't fault Pellerin. Pellerin has been just dynamic and for the Blitz from Quebec, and he's made more shots. He's seen more of that ball all day than anything else, and boy, those guys can shoot from the Sting.
Yeah, we got running time here too with 5 goals. 5-goal spread. It'll be running time here for the rest of the game unless Blitz get a goal. Oh, they're getting another penalty too.
Well, the Blitz are going to get one. I believe it's hitting it from behind, and there's the shot. And, of course, Leclerc had it backhand dry, and, boy, you got to watch that stick, too. Did that thing ever come when they wind up to let her go? So.
Yeah, they get that whip action going on it, and so you got to watch you don't get whacked with it.
Well, we did an interview with Ryan Gregg the other day, and we were talking about the equipment, and one of the things was the stick, and of course the composite. You can get some real whip on it too, just as similar as the hockey stick. And I was amazed at the changes in the equipment. I think some of these shots are really moving.
Yeah, the sticks have really gotten light too, and now they've come out with the composite. Yeah, so when I played, they didn't have the stuff like that.
Well, my wife and I were watching some of the games just to kind of see what was happening, and seen him moving that ball around on this power play. There's Leclerc. There's the shot high and wide. Pardon me, not Leclerc. That was Wells. Wells fired it, gets it back outside of the blue line to Henry. Henry just loses it. We were talking about the fact that the goaltender's stick is the same size as the players, and is there a reason for that, or?
Yeah, no, they just all the sticks have they've got certain measurements. They can't have anything bigger. Doesn't matter if you're a goalie or a player.
Well, we just thought it was kind of surprising that the stick would be smaller, or the same size, pardon me. Anyway, here we are, still on the power play, and of course, Sting have it, just moving it around nicely. They got it, and Pellerin again just makes a nice save and squeezes it. Can't fault him today, I'll tell you. The amount of shots he's had on goal, if we kept track of it, he probably had enough to last him 3 games. So. I've been very impressed with this young man as a goaltender. He's Quebec have got some strength at that part of the area, even though they're not winning this game today. Into the corner, in behind the net, picked up by Parody, and he knocks it off. Then Parody just passes it off. Here comes up along the boards, trying to get it out. Still with 27 seconds left in the penalty. Moving the ball around to the shot in front, and the net comes off the moorings, and the ball comes outside the blue line. You can see them setting this up so nicely as the Sting are trying to get themselves set up. And that just was a chance, and I don't think him knocking that net out was more by accident than for something that he was doing intentionally. But
some of these goalies are pretty good at making it look like they accidentally knock it off, but some of it's on purpose.
Well, it doesn't surprise me about that. Matthew Burns in the face-off circle loses it. Loses it to number 95, and that's LaFrance, I believe. Back outside. Penalty is now over. Finally, they've killed one off. The Blitz from Quebec having a tough afternoon. 5-0 here. 11:46 remaining in the game. And the Sting have control of the ball again, even though there's no power play. Guibault tried to set it up, turns. There's the shot, fired it wide as he had time. And Matthew Burns had more time than he thought he did, and he just hurried it.
Quite a battle out front here with Burns and 96 for the Blitz. They've been going at each other pretty good here.
96, of course, is Boutin. There's the shot, deflected, and Pellerin just going to squeeze it and get a stoppage in play here with 11 minutes remaining. Basically, this game has gone to what you predicted earlier. This is the best team in the tournament so far, taking on Quebec, and Quebec just hasn't been able to rise to the challenge.
No, and we kind of figured that going into this tournament. This was the Sting's tournament to lose, and they're showing that they are the best team here right now.
Michel Boutin just headed off the ice and then up along the boards. It's Garon. Garon can't keep it in, and Sting have it. There's the shot, just whistled wide, and it comes back to this side. Boy, that boy can shoot. Lewis at the blue line, or pardon me, Webb. Webb into the slot to Guibo, and a nice play defensively by the forward, number 44. And that's Marquis, and now we're getting another stop and play.
Offside by the Blitz.
No, the Blitz, unfortunately, can't afford to have those kind of plays. They've got to get back in this game, which not a lot of time remaining, and to get back in the game.
Yeah, usually in broom ball, it's a low-scoring affair usually, and you get 1 or 2 goals a game, but to get 5 to get back into it here, I don't think it's going to happen for the Blitz.
Well, I think they'd like to break the shutout if nothing else.
Yeah, they got to get a shot first, though. Good quality shot.
True enough. They only had about 2. Matthew Burns in his own zone, trying to pick up speed, just dumps it off. Nice pass to come up the slot area through center. And Webb was the one to receiving end. Behind it goes down, and that's icing as William Parody just touches it, and we're going to have a stop and play. Now, got to tell me what that minor little circle is.
That's for a penalty shot.
For penalty shot.
Yeah, 25 feet, I believe, off the goal line. So
they have to stop before that, or the ball is set there and then he shoots.
They have the option on a penalty shot to shoot from there or break away from center ice.
I don't know what I would do. If I had a good shot, I think I would take the shot.
I would shoot. Some of these guys that can handle the ball pretty well, they'd rather do a breakaway, but it's tough on the goalie either way.
Naveau had a shot, went high over the net on that faceoff. Naveau, after it prickly quickly, and then knocks it down, and Pellerin's just going to knock it off into the corner. And that's Oliver Bourgier, pardon me, in behind the net, up along the boards.
Sting conserving some energy here. They're just waiting for them to come to them.
Put a little zone defense, and they got to play again tomorrow, and they'll be playing against probably one of the best teams in the tournament, and that's what they have to do. There's a back pass out in front, can't happen. 19. Wells doesn't want to give it away. Kept at the blue line. There's a shot, and then knock off into the corner by Gignac off the end of his stick. 91 LaFrance after. LaFrance forechecking on Leclerc. Oh, that's a
dangerous play.
Say that again. Wells just got a hold of it and got it out of trouble. Leclerc stops at the blue line. To his brother, back to Leclerc. There's the shot off a leg in front, and Leclerc gets another one. 77 is Yavik. I hope I'm pronouncing his first name right.
Ivrik
Leclerc. Yeah. And I apologize because I've been butchering it all day. Thank you. Knocked away as a lead pass. Nice defensive play by number 66, Wheelers. He got his hand on that, knocked it down, and of course there's Ebo had a chance and just dropped it back, and they're just going to play with it right now. They know they've got this in hand. They're not going to just save energy, like you said. I thought that was going to happen. He just picked up some speed, and that was Leclerc again going down the left wing. Knocked off into the corner by Charon. Charon on Burns. There's Charon trying to get it out. Remember, these are all young kids, too. This is 16 to under 20 teams, and a lot of these guys out there look pretty big.
Yeah. The Sting team, they're I think they've only got 4 last year players out there, so they're still going to have a good team next year.
So there's little pockets of broom ball that are strong, and that's one of the areas that we were talking about is in front, knocked it down. And of course the Sting with 6 minutes remaining still in control of this game, 5-0, and are in control of the offensive zone at this point. Back outside to Henry has it. Henry goes into the corner now with it. Looking for the open man in front and trying to get some space out there is Eby, and Eby has a chance and just went off the end of past his stick. Kept inside the blue line by McNairn. McNairn has it to Burns. Burns gets set, winds up, fires, and just whistles it wide. There's the shot, another one. Oh, Pellerin, what a great stop that was.
Great stop. He stuck with the ball there and made a heck of a save.
He sure did. That was great play by the Sting, and you could see the sportsmanship.
I think Henri couldn't believe it either. He went and gave him a hug just after it was all over. You'll see Burns takes the shot. It's awful off. Pellerin gets a piece of that. Then it's deflected wide. And oh, what a save that was. On number 13, Cedric Henri, and he couldn't believe it.
The goalie still hasn't given up, obviously.
No. I said this kid's a good goaltender, and if I was picking stars of this game, that's one of the ones, I'll tell you, even though he's given up 5 goals. He's given up less than some of the teams have in this tournament to this Sting team.
Yeah, they had a 9-1 game there. I think their first game was 9-1. There was a 7-0 game too. So
here comes Burns, gets the shot. Nice save again. Pellerin took the angle away, so he come way out. Boy, that Pellerin's having a great game today. We've called his name all afternoon, and man, he's just done an unbelievable job in the last 5 minutes that thwarted this offense. He's been unbelievable. Like I say, we talk about giving up 5 goals, but this is a good offensive team, know what to do with the ball and how to move it around, and Pellerin has been equal to the task. Again, stopped by McNair and couldn't get it out. There's the shot, now right through the legs of Guibault, I believe it is, or probably Burns. Matthew Burns was the one coming in on goal. Yep, there it is. There's the number. In behind the net, number 22 is Berger. Berger has it. Berger in behind the net. Outside. Couldn't get it past the defense. Stopped at the blue line. That's McNair. McNair passes it over. Gets it to Gates. Gates can't control it. Finally getting it out. Gates just back check. That's Guibault.
Good back check there.
And he just laid himself out. Knocked that ball back.
I think the Sting will just be content to let them play with the ball in their own end. That's fine. They're not going to put a lot of pressure here. They don't need to exert any more energy than they need to, because they're going to be a big game coming up tomorrow in the final.
Ruess chasing it down the eye. That's Bossy. Finally, there's the stop off the boards. Kept and then knocked away. Little pass, little dump pass over the center. Chasing it down to Simard. Simard has it in behind the net. Simard gets it off to Parity. And Parity passed it back to Simard. Simard has it in his own zone. You're right. They're just going to let them do what they want with the ball in their own zone. But up along the boards to Michaud Boutin. Here comes Leclerc. Leclerc has it. Leclerc takes the back pass. Gets it back to Leclerc. To number 66. Oh, Wheeler.
Off the post.
And that was off the post on that shot. Boy, there's a shot, went off a body and come back up front. Finally, just good speed by Leclerc as he just takes off by number 96 of Boutin. Into the corner. That's Leclerc. Xavier. He's had a good game this afternoon too. Good control along the blue line in his own zone. Then just kicks the ball along. Little body contact right there. Wheeler has a chance to get after, Leclerc. And then it's knocked back in over the blue line. And now Wheeler gets back to pick it up. Wheeler with 1:45 remaining in this contest. What a great job this team has done. Here's Leclerc again, down along the right wing, centered out in front. Tried off his knees, trying to do something with it. Gets the shot. Pellerin gets down and makes another save. He has been unbelievable today, that Pellerin. Gabriel Pellerin from the Blitz from Quebec has just been unbelievable in goal today.
That was a heck of a save there. He was almost down and out in the second effort. He corralled the ball and brought it in.
Wow, just so impressed with this kid. Marquis was there, give him a little tap as he went by him and said, wow. They know how good he is. You're going to see the play on replay. He's down on his knees, and then you're going to see that's 13, Henri, and he turns, and there's Pellerin. I don't know how he saw but great reaction to move it around. Back out to the blue line, of course, is the back out to Webb. Webb has it. Joshua Webb just knocks it right back in. Guibault on it, and then knocked around this side is Niveau. Nouveau trying to knock it down. Nice play in front, and we're getting
Net came off.
whistle. Yes, net came off on that play. I don't know how that happened, but
Like the goalie, he when he pushed out for the shot, he shoved off the post and knocked it off.
those are big nets. I think they should take them into hockey that size. So
You'd see a lot more goals, wouldn't you?
I wouldn't be surprised. I'll tell you, with the goal equipment that they have on, it's tough to get by them. But time running down, and the horn's going to go, and of course it's 5-0. Wow. Unbelievable game today for the Sting from Ottawa. The Ottawa area, they were just unbelievable. I believe I can't see this is going to be some game tomorrow. Whoever takes them on, they're going to have to bring more the double-A game, because this team is something else that they can really play. You can see the final score on your screen there. 2018 Canadian Juvenile Broomball Championships. So I'll tell you, Marcus is telling me something in the truck, and I'm having trouble hearing him. So
you were saying about the MVP, they're going to hand out MVPs. They only do that in the round robin. They don't do that in any playoff games.
So we're going to watch handshake right now at center ice. But this has been an unbelievable game, and I just was so impressed with that goaltender Pellerin. He was. Yeah. We're going to go check to Ryan Gregg, and we're going to talk to you about some equipment, and we saw him on Tuesday. So if you check your screen right now, you're going to see yours truly and Ryan Gregg talking about equipment here that they have.